I just wanted to sort of pop on and talk about things that have been crossing my mind. Honor to be needed. It's an honor and a gift from the person that needs you, because it's allowing you an opportunity to perform a mitzvah, which is a blessing. So, I want to talk a little bit about community, because it's one of the big things that I believe we need. But I also kind of want to parse community from collectivism, from individual rights and freedoms. We know that individual rights and freedoms come paired with responsibility, and that our liberal society is based on the balance of community versus individual rights and well-being, and those rights and responsibility. Looking at my holiday, I think I have a cat hair in my eye, table over here, and thinking just about how traditions are so bound up with family, community, tribe, nation states, ethnicities. And yet I personally do embrace multiculturalism, and I think that, again, we just have to find a balance. I have absolutely no interest in adopting the religion of a place and location and ethnicity that I don't feel tied to. And so even though I was raised Catholic, which is based in Christianity, paganism found me. And because I'm of Irish and German ancestry, it just really spoke to my DNA. And you could argue, oh no, Wicca comes from the 90s. No, these are pre-Christian traditions that are deeply embedded within Christianity and also within Judaism and Islam, although those are regional pagan rituals that have more to do with like the olive festival instead of our potato harvest over here. So yeah, these things that are tied to the earth are really what speak to me. And yet I have no interest in telling anyone that they cannot practice whatever religion they are tied to until it impacts on my freedom and what I believe are reasonable freedoms within a secular and multicultural society. And basically, if you really think about our United States Constitution and most Western liberal constitutions or societies, they're based on reciprocity, like we just talked about, and the balance between the well-being of the community and the rights and well-being of the individual. And so I was listening to someone talk about their Nordic culture being very individualistic, and I thought, oh, that's beautiful. But from the perspective of someone growing up in the United States and living in our sort of hyper-capitalist, what for me is a nightmare, and for many, society and economy, we see them as far more of a collectivist society because they actually have a strong social safety network. They're taxed a little more sharply than we are, but their costs are actually not as high. It might be expensive to live there, but you're not going to go bankrupt if you get cancer or try to send your kid to college. So I'm just kind of thinking about these things as we enter winter and solstice and how we in community must rely on one another. And this certainly is true in the United States from its settler colonialist beginnings, to now, when we even have some programs that, when evil people aren't trying to kill these programs, that will help people pay their energy bills in the winter if they can't, so that they don't die in the freezing fucking cold, right? So yeah, I've just been thinking a great deal about community and how real community fosters real, true individuality. And I'll probably be thinking and pondering more on that, and maybe have more to share. And I welcome anybody in the comments to share your own opinion. Yeah, and so it is a few days after Thanksgiving, and I haven't started to quite get ready for solstice, but I might do a little bit of that in terms of decorating. Today, like I said before, I like to sort of blend slowly, so I'll do a little of that today. So while that was a bit of, a long-winded way to say that community is complex and relies on an integrity of values and a well-balanced ego structure from each of us to successfully participate in community and contribute to community. So what I would like to ask you to consider are ways that each of us can actually bring value to our community. What are the things you're good at? What do you love to do? Maybe you're really politically motivated. Maybe you can do some political work on behalf of an issue that's important to you, and meet people that way who are like-minded. Or maybe you can find a cooking class at a place that sells organic foods or something. I just think each of us need to sometimes break out of our little isolation pods. I know I do. I spend a lot of time on YouTube, which is kind of why I started my YouTube channel. And I'm hoping, and still hope, to build some community here around the 7 sacraments of health and conscious aging and conscious involvement in our lives, because we're living in a highly precarious time, and I think we need each of us to bring our light to this dark time. Hail and blessed be.